Theories on factors affecting motivation. So these theories are attribution theory, self-efficacy theory, self-determination and self-regulation theory, goal theory, choice theory, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But first, let us tackle attribution theory by Bernard Wenner. This theory explains that we attribute our success, failures, or other events to several factors. According to attribution theory, our success or failures are attributed or caused by several factors. So, Wenner identified ability, effort, task, difficulty, and luck as the most important factors affecting attributions. Attributions differ from one another in three ways. So the first one is locus or place. Second is stability. And third, controllability. So locus or place. Internal versus external. If a student traces his good grade to his ability and hard work, he attributes his good grade to internal factors or within himself. On the other hand, if he attributes his good grade due to effective teaching or adequate school library facilities, he attributes his good grade to external factors. Katong student nga para niya ang iyang good grade is from his ability and hard work, then he attributes his good grade to internal factors or within himself. So kaning ability and hard work na amang yun ni mismo sa atong kaugalingon, no? Kita mang yun ay na initiative nga mubuhat ani para makakuha ta og good grade. However, if the student attributes or kung para niya ang iyahang good grade is due to effective teaching or adequate school library facilities, then he attributes his good grade to external factors. So kaning external factors, wala ni siya sa tong kaugalingon, naa ni siya sa external nga environment or sa outer nato. And that is the internal versus external. Next, stability. Stable versus unstable. If a student attributes his poor eyesight from inheritance, then he is attributing the cause of it to something stable, cannot change because it is in the genes or it is in their genes. So, di ba ang inheritance is naa na gyud mismo nato? Ang inheritance can be passed from generation by generation. So, if a student attribute or para niya ang iyang poor eyesight is from inheritance, then he is attributing the cause of his poor eyesight to something stable. Stable means dili na siya mas change. However, if a student attribute it to excessive usage of gadgets, then he is attributing his poor eyesight caused by unstable factor. So unstable means can be changed or something that can change. So he can prolong or shorten the period of using gadgets. Kung para sa student, ang iyang poor eyesight is caused by excessive usage of gadgets, this factor is something unstable or can be changed. So kung dili siya gusto nga maka-experience og poor eyesight, he can shorten the period of using gadgets. Pero kung wala siya pakialam, he can prolong gihapon. That is unstable factor. However, if a student attribute his poor eyesight from inheritance, again, inheritance ana gyud na sa ilahang genes. So dili na siya mawala. So kung gusto ka, magpa-doktor na lang siguro para matreat or maagapan ang iyahang poor eyesight. So that is the stable versus unstable. Now we will move to the next slide. Controllability. Controllable versus uncontrollable. If a student claims his poor academic performance is due to ineffective teaching strategies, he attributes his poor performance to factor beyond his control. However, if he admits that his poor performance is due to poor study habits and low motivation, he attributes the event to factors within his control. So kung para sa students, ang iyahang poor academic performance is due to ineffective teaching strategies, he attributes his poor performance to factor beyond his control. So, beyond his control means dili na siya makakontrol, wala siya labot, dili niya kaya, kay wala man ni nahimo sa iyahang kaugalingon. So, di ba ang ineffective teaching strategies is because of our teachers, instructors, kay students ramanta, dili ta makaingon nga makontrol ni nato, no? Pero if the student admits that his poor performance is due to poor study habits and low motivation, kadto siya nga factor is within his control. Means controllable, makontrol ni niya, kay di ba ang ato ang study habits and low motivation is ato amang initiative na man ni sa ato ang control, na man ni sa atong kaugalingon. Kung gusto ta nga mudako ang ato ang score or mo boost ang ato ang performance, mag-study gyud ta and i-boost na nato ang ato ang motivation. This is the controllable versus uncontrollable. Now we will move to the next slide. So please excuse my voice di ay kay giubo ko and gisipon. Medyo arat ang ako ang tutunlan and napagaw ko. So let's go back to our discussion. How does attribution affect motivation? If students attribute their success or failure to something within their control and that can be changed, they are more likely to be motivated. In contrast, if they attribute it behind their control, they are likely to be less motivated. So, di ba if within their control ra, ang students naapay chance na ilahang ma-change ang ilahang negative characteristics or behavior into positive in order for them to be motivated. Pero, if dili na kaya or if beyond their control na, like poor internet connection, wala na siya mahimo ana, and it will lessen or malower ang ilahang motivation. Kaya diba, for example, if wala mo'y internet or if hinay ang inyong internet, diba makawala sad gana nga mabuhat sa inyong school activities or projects? So that is why if students attribute their success or failure to something within their control and can be changed, they are more likely to be motivated. Pero, if they attribute it behind their control, so kung wala sila control ana nga butang, they are likely to become less motivated. Motivation tends to increase when students attribute failure to lack of effort because effort can be controlled. It tends to decrease when students attribute failure to uncontrollable cause such as lack. So, if they exert more effort, dili na sila maka-experience of failure. It tends to decrease when students attribute failure to uncontrollable factors or cause such as lack. So, if paswerte ay radiay ang i-attribute sa mga students sa ilahang failure, ilahang motivation will decrease. Kay moingon raman na sila og ay paswerte ay raman de ay ni. So, dili na ta mag-effort anin, dili na ta kailangan mag-effort kay paswerte ay raman og kinsay madaog ba aron or if kinsay makakuhag high grades. And that is why ang motivation sa students mo lessen. People tend to attribute success to internal causes, high ability and hard work, and failures to external factors such as luck and behaviors of others. Di ba makabantay mo nga if successful ang tao, moingon sad sila nga, kugihan maguna siya, creative maguna siya nga pagkatao, naamang gyud na siya ability nga pagkatao. Kasagaran gyud sa mga tao, ang success is attributed to internal causes. Pero ang failures is caused by external factors such as luck and behaviors of others. So unsa maning luck paswerte ayra. So for example, di ba? Kung nagbasketball mo, napildi mo, muingon way swerte kay napildi, dili ka shot, paswerte ay raday ito. Anya, ug mapildi sa diba na atay behavior ani nga. Tungod man gud to sa referee, kanang pabor-pabor ang referee, behaviors of other. Maunay, huna-huna sa mga tao ba, nga if nag-fail ka, failure, maka-experience ka og failure, cause ani is external factors. Pero if successful ka, cause ani is internal factors or internal causes. Sorry for the noise kay nag-uwan karon. Unta mo undang rani siya, no? So let us go back to our topic, and the next slides will be the table of relationships among the dimensions of attributions. So attributions, locus or location of cause, stability of cause, control of learning situation. In the attributions, we have the ability, effort, luck, and task difficulty. So ability, it is inside the learner, it is stable or cannot change, and learner out of control. Effort, it is inside the learner as well, unstable or it can be changed. Learner in control. Luck, it is outside of the learner. It is unstable or can be changed. And learner out of control. And lastly, task difficulty. Outside of the learner. It is stable or cannot change. And learner out of control. So this is the table of relationships among the dimensions of attributions. So we will move to the next slide. So the next theory is self-efficacy theory by Albert Bandura. So self-efficacy is the belief that one has the necessary capabilities to perform a task, fulfill rule expectations, or meet a challenging situation successfully. If students believe that they have the ability to perform learning activities successfully, they are more likely to be intrinsically motivated to do such activity. Unsa man di ay ning efficacy. So if nagwonder ta kung unsa ning efficacy, efficacy means the ability to produce a desired or intended result. So according to this self-efficacy theory by Albert Bandura, if ang students kuno believe that they have the ability to perform learning activities successfully, they are more likely to be intrinsically motivated to do such activity. This is important to have efficacy as a student. We need to believe in ourselves that we can do instead of cramming nga sige ra tag-ingon nga lisuda man ni kaayo, dili ni na kaya gamon, di ko kay baw unsaon ni pagbuhat, di ko magamaan ni kay lisod kaayo. So di ba maunay ato ang iingon if maka-encounter ta og difficulty sa task or sa activities nga gihatag sa ato ang teachers. But in self-efficacy theory, according to Albert Bandura, if ang students believe nga naa siya'y ability to do such activity or to perform that learning activities, we are motivated to do such activity. By believing in ourselves that we can do it, we will be motivated to do these activities despite of having difficulty. That is the beauty of self-efficacy theory. Social cognitive and motivation theorists identified several self-efficacy enhancing strategies. So the first one is to make sure students master basic skills. Mastery of the basic skills like reading, counting, writing will enable the child to tackle higher level of activities. Basa ato ang pag-eskwela, gitudluan man gyud ta nga magsuwat, magbasa, mag-count, or unsa pa na diha nga basic skills. In order to enhance our self-efficacy, kailangan nato nga i-master ang basic skills. If dili ta kay baw mo basa, mo count, mo write, maka-tackle ka ta og higher level activities. So di ba maglisod ta og tackle ani kay di man gani ta kay baw magbasa, mag-count, mag-write, unsa na lang kahatong mga complex nga activities. In order to enhance our self-efficacy, we need to master first our basic skills. Communicate confidence in students' abilities through words and actions. Express confidence that your students can easily learn with their abilities. Body language and words expressing your belief in their abilities must match. So as a teacher, we need to believe in the abilities of our own students. Dapat, if muingon ta og you did a great job, dapat ang atuang body language, for example, facial expression, is happy. Maingon ta og you did a great job. Dapat ingana, dili mag-X ang atuang kilay, no? So, body language and words expressing your belief in their abilities sa atuang mga students must match. So, the third one is to expose our students to successful peers. Being with successful peers, your students will inhale success and get energized to succeed as well. So, di ba dili mo kita gusto nga atuang mga students makighalubilo sa mga bugoy. Dili man sa mang-judge ta, no? Pero dili gyud angay nga ang atuang mga students makihalubilo sa mga bugoyon nga pagkatao. So, we must encourage our students nga dapat makig-socialize sila or makig-uban sa mga successful nga tao or katong mga buutan para ma-adapt nila or ma-inhale nila kadto nga mga behaviors, ma-inhale nila ang success, and eventually ma-energize sila to succeed as well. So mura bag ma-motivate sila, musunog sila atong buutan, mga buutan or mga good deeds kaysa sa mga negative nga mga behavior. So dapat ang atong mga students i-expose nato sa mga successful peers. So, the fourth one is to provide competence, promoting feedback. Communicate to your students that they can do the job and they have the ability to succeed. Importante pod as a teacher nga maghatag ta og feedback sa tong mga students. For example, nakabuhat sila og nindot nga outcome or nindot ang ilahang performance nga gipakita, mas angayan pod nga muhatag ta og feedback, positive feedback, no, kay they did their job man and they succeed to that activity or performance nga imong gihatag. So by communicating and providing feedback to our students, ma-boost ang ilahang confidence and as well as their motivation pod. Lastly, promote self-comparison rather than comparison with others. Dapat ang comparison is within ourselves. Dili dapat ta makig compare sa uban nga tao. Like for example, ang imong output is simple ra, tapos maingon ka, hala, mas nindot pa man ning iya ha, oy, tapos ang ako kay way lami, maot kaayo, gamay ra gyud ni grado ba. So mura di ba tag ma-down, pero if sa ato ang kaugalingon ra self comparison, moingon ta nga, hala, kana kugihan mo ko mag-study sa una, nganong karon dili naman. Mautali ni ay nakaingon nga gamay ra akong grades. So di ba if mag-compare ta sa una ug karon within ourselves ra, maka motivate ni nato nga dapat mag-change ko og behavior, dapat parihara sa una. Pero if mag-compare ka sa uban, comparison with others, ang imuhang self is ma-down, malesen ang atoang pagsalig sa atoang kaugalingon. That is the several self-efficacy enhancing strategies by our social cognitive and motivation theorists. Pero daghan pagyud kaayo nga self-efficacy enhancing strategies, no? So kaning naa sa atuang screen, mora ni siya nga atuang na examples. So let us move to the next slide. Table 2. The influence of self-efficacy on motivation. High self-efficacy learners versus low self-efficacy learners. Arita sa task orientation. Sa high self-efficacy learners, they accept challenging tasks, whereas low self-efficacy learners avoid challenging tasks. Sa effort, ang high self-efficacy learners expand high effort when faced with challenging tasks. Kadtong low self-efficacy learners expand low effort when faced with challenging tasks. Sa persistence, ang high-level self-efficacy learners, they persist when goals aren't initially reached. So those low self-efficacy learners, they give up when goals aren't initially reached. In beliefs, high self-efficacy learners believe that they succeed, controls stress and anxiety when goals aren't met, believe that they are in control of their environment, Katong low self-efficacy learners, they focus on feelings of incompetence, experience anxiety and depression when goals aren't met. They believe they're not in control of their environment. Strategy use. High self-efficacy learners discard unproductive strategies. Kadtong low self-efficacy learners persist with unproductive strategies. And the last, when it comes to performance, ang high self-efficacy learners perform higher than low self-efficacy students of equal ability, while low self-efficacy learners perform lower than high efficacy students of equal ability. I guess this is all about my assigned topic. The next reporters will discuss to you more about the theories on factors affecting motivation. Thank you, everyone.